Well, hello out there, you guys out there in YouTube land, you folks that come here every week in and week out, to see the longest running Wednesday afternoon live stream in all of YouTube that I know of. This is Wednesday Afternoon Live with me, SaleenDriver. The show that proves week in, week out, month in, month out, year in, year out, that we are the show about nothing in particular. And it is Wednesday afternoon once again. Welcome to April 2025, the start of the second quarter of the year, the start of all kinds of things, really. Hope everyone, it's obviously spring, at least in some parts of the country. Certainly spring here. Hell, we're going to push 90 today. Let's see, who's in the box? Who's in the box? Let me see here. Let's see. TK was here. I don't know if TK is still here, but TK is here. She is first. She did, in fact, beat Matt Dumit. Matt Dumit is in the box after TK. So we will give TK credit for being here first. Baylor Man coming in with his countdown. 143 days until the talk about nothing, which we do here, becomes a talk about something. That something being a brand new football season. Well, brand new college football season, since I don't care for the pro garbage. And it is garbage. Sven is here. Good. Nate the Great is here, and he was not, in fact, late. Battle Angel, the most patient and long-suffering woman in all of YouTube that I know of. She's here, as usual, probably working, as usual, making that money. Steve Pearson's here. Talking Time is here. I do not know who Talking Time is, but he sounds like a watch guy. And he probably is. So good to see you, sir and or madam. I don't assume and I don't kink shame. Atypical Ump, yo. NFL is not football. That is true. The No Fun League is not football. The No Fun League is a bunch of overpaid, whining diva cunts that are unworthy of the title of football players. And Alex MLD123 is here as well. Let's see. What else we got to talk? What do we got to talk about today? Let's see. Major League Bitches have taken the field, and at the start of another overly long and unnecessarily long baseball season that is long and boring, and nobody cares about it until, say, maybe September is underway. So if you are a baseball fan, you must be very happy right now. As many of you know, the Tampa Bay Rays, or Devil Rays, or whatever the fuck they're called, they're not playing in Tropicana Field anymore. At least not this year, and maybe never again. I don't know. But the Trop was damaged, probably almost irreparably, by Hurricane Milton. The whole roof came off, which, for the baseball stadium is bad, but as a shelter, or was supposed to be used as a shelter for thousands of linemen and utility workers that were coming in to be pre-positioned to help repair the area after the storm, they lost their living quarters. So, yeah, they're not playing at the Trop anymore. They're playing at George Steinbrenner Field, where the Grapefruit League New York Yankees play during the baseball season. So now you have a major league team playing in a stadium that barely seats 12,000 people. But then again, barely 12,000 people show up for a Rays game. So I guess the Rays aren't really losing anything. Correct. Boston Bruins hockey is pretty much over for the 2025 season. That's a shame. That a once proud franchise is now reduced to garbage time, but what can you do? VicTube is here. Good to see you, sir. Thoughts on the tariffs? Necessary. It's time to start playing by a different set of rules out there in the world economic zone. It's time to stop playing the sucker where foreign car makers slap high % tariffs on our cars coming into their countries, but we don't do a damn thing to their cars coming into our country. Or Canadian dairy products coming in our country almost duty-free, and our dairy farmers are charged both arms and both legs to sell their products in the Great White North. Nope, it's time to tell the world that we are no longer going to be patsies and suckers. And let's level the playing field. That's my thoughts. I'm glad we agree. Hang on a minute. Yeah, I know that too. I don't know why I'm getting emails telling me what I already know. Anyway, yeah, at 4:00 this afternoon Eastern time, there will be an announcement by the Trump White House on what the plan is, and the left-wing media is going absolutely batshit crazy about it, but we'll see what happens. If these countries are smart, they'll start playing by a different set of rules that are beneficial to both sides and stop trying to take advantage of us while we're being led down the primrose path. It's not kosher what's happening out there. But I guess we're going to find out at about 4:00 and listen to the media caterwaul about it, which should be entertaining even in of itself. Now, let's see. Let's get the link here. I'm going to drop the link because why not? If anybody knows, has there been any further discussions on where the next Slob Olympic site is, Raj, I would certainly be interested in learning that. I haven't seen any chatter out there about it, but always wanted to talk about that. We could talk about the Final Four in basketball, which gets back underway on the 4th. Florida and Auburn are playing, and then it's Duke and Houston. And I will look up real quick to see what the lines are on those games. Let's see. Come on. No, I'm sorry, the 5th, not the 4th. Florida, Auburn. Florida is actually favored by 2.5 points as of now. Duke and Houston. Duke is favored by 5.5 points over Houston. I don't know. I've not heard anything. Maybe somebody else smarter than me knows. I don't know when the last time, if ever, it was that the Final Four was made up of all 1 seeds in the divisions. But it's amazing that all the 1 seeds made it all the way to the Final Four. Nate the Great says the 2 areas being considered are Nashville, Tennessee, and Savannah, Georgia. I've been to Savannah once. I've not been to Nashville. No, wait, that's not true. I was in Nashville twice. Sorry, I keep forgetting. Once to go see a Florida Vanderbilt game, and the second time to watch my best friend get married for the second time. I was in Savannah, Georgia once, and I'm pretty sure that's where my second child was conceived. On a little vacation to Savannah, Georgia. So I forgot the name of the hotel, but it was right on the river, or a river. And yeah, so that's a pleasant memory. 2008, Baileyman says 2008. Also in San Antonio, and also on April 5th and April 7th. Interesting. Well, yeah, been a long time. Hang on, Sven. Hang on. There he is. Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
How are you, sir?
I am fine.
Let's see. Nate the Great says it's an 11-hour drive for me and my family from Omaha to Nashville. That's not too bad.
If you think your left media are going crazy about Trump, you don't know what happens here.
Oh, I have a pretty good idea.
They want to burn, tar, and feather him all day long.
And, well, that's fine. You know, that doesn't surprise me.
And I knew this was coming, and I looked it up for you. How many people worked for Mercedes-Benz in the year 1999 in the US? What do you think? How many people? Not in the Mercedes shops, production. You know what I mean? Like Detroit.
Yeah. How many people built Mercedes in 1999 in America?
Yeah. How many?
Let me think here. Because I think Mercedes had a plant. It had a plant in 1999 somewhere in the South.
They had a big plant in Detroit. A big one. A really big one.
I would say somewhere in the 3,000 to 5,000 range.
Yeah, 10 times it up, and we come it straight.
Oh, well, that's pretty good.
47 free. Also 47,300. And now, how many people are working for Mercedes-Benz in 2022? I have not a number for 2024, 2025. I only found a number for 2022. From around 50,000, 47,000.
I would say it's probably lower.
I think so. How many?
Maybe 20,000.
Way lower. Way lower.
Okay, well, I guess Mercedes cut back production in America then.
They canceled their production in Detroit and went to Tijuana. If you know where Tijuana is.
Yeah, it's in Mexico.
Yeah. And you don't have to pay the people
labor's
25
cheaper in
bucks.
Mexico.
You pay them 2 pesos or shoot them in the head.
Well, what were they making in the plant in America? Do you know which line it was?
Let me see.
Oh, well, you're looking that up.
Oh,
I think the idea. Oh, go ahead.
Mercedes GLB, what the GLB only produced in Mexico, and it's a cooperation from Mercedes and Nissan. In
also, isn't that a minivan?
Yeah, I think so. It's in Aguas Calientes.
Oh, you see, the idea. I think the one idea is
the buses are made in Monterrey, Mexico.
Yeah. The idea, though, is if you want to start one idea of the tariffs is either to get both sides to zero out the tariffs and let trade happen freely, or alternatively, or maybe even simultaneously, is bring production here to America to avoid the tariffs. I mean, if you're making your products here in America, obviously they're American made and not subject to tariff. So I mean, it's a win-win either way.
Yeah, I own you.
And ironically, the UAW union bosses love the tariff idea. I mean, they're Democrat in the Democrats' pockets forever. But now they just love the hell out of Orange Man, because the tariffs do nothing but help the UAW.
The actual number for employees Mercedes-Benz US in 2022 is 13,300. Mercedes-Benz made $145.6 billion in 2024. And a profit of 11.47, around 12 million profits of the 145 million. It's around 10%.
There is nothing wrong with making profit.
No, but you can't release the people in Detroit, shut the production down, go to Mexico, and expect as an American president says, yeah, you are welcome.
Well,
you ruin our cities.
It's got nothing to do with that decision. That decision is made by the board and the stockholders to move production from America, where production costs are high, to a place where production costs are lower. I mean, that's capitalism.
In Germany, a Mercedes worker goes not to work for $25. Just forget it. They won't have at least $35 an hour, at least.
Well, if the auto unions price themselves out of the market, they got nobody to blame but themselves when they start losing their jobs. Yeah, I mean that's just the rules of the road.
Yeah,
if you make the cost of production too high, the smart money is going to go elsewhere, because these companies are not in existence to provide a cradle to grave jobs and a living. They're there to turn a profit and to make money.
But every American car who comes to Germany is taxed with 25%, and this is exactly what Trump does now, and it's fair.
Well, no, it's not fair, because we don't impose the same tariff on German cars. We are going to, and that levels the playing field.
Yeah, that's what I say. Every American car who comes to Germany is taxed by 25%, and that's what Trump want to do.
Yeah,
or
he
will
wants to.
do.
He wants to tax German cars, and that
Yeah,
when people talk about leveling the playing field, they're talking about they're talking about the best case scenario, which would be Germany drops the tariffs on American cars coming in. But Trump is saying,
forget it.
okay, I'm going to level the playing field in the negative direction, if you will, and I'm going to make German cars more expensive by slapping them with the same tariff that they're slapping on us.
Yeah.
The idea being that if the German car makers feel that level of pain long enough, they'll pressure the government to say, look, if we zero out our tariffs on American cars, they'll zero out the tariffs on our cars.
Yeah.
And then everybody can start making money again.
Yeah, but the Germans will not do it because they are stupid and
Well,
hard-headed.
yeah, that may be, or maybe they won't be stupid. I mean, you're not going to find out if the German government is going to be smart enough to know basic economics, or whether or not they're going to listen to their constituency, or they're going to be stupid and not listen to them.
So I know that 100% they are stupid as hell.
Okay, well, I would also argue that the mass majority of our government is a hell of a lot smarter. But I mean, if you listen to someone like that Crockett ratchet that's sitting up in Congress, you listen to her for 5 minutes, and you know that the American government is not very smart.
Yeah. So
between her and AOC and Omar and Rashida Tlaib, and the rest of the squad twat, there ain't a lot of brains in Congress right now. Fortunately, the really, really stupid ones are a minority. Most of them are actually probably a little smarter than room temperature, but not a lot.
So, can you beat Auburn? What do you think?
Well, we have beat Auburn earlier in the year.
Yeah, and you are the better team. I would not say the better team, but the more complete team. They have Broom, who is a better player as everyone on Florida's team, but you have 10 really good guys, and Auburn has maybe 6 or 7.
Didn't one of Auburn's star players get hurt?
Yeah, it was Broom, but it was
not serious.
Not serious, and I don't wish injuries on any of these players.
No, I don't wish an injury on anybody. Absolutely not.
I don't watch it because I'm not that interested in college hoops, and State is not playing anyway. And but I hope Florida wins.
Florida beat Auburn earlier in the year. Florida is the SEC champion, and Florida on paper is a little bit better team than Auburn is. But you know what? That's why they play the game. And Florida is only favored. The line on Florida is only 2.5 points. So
it's the same with Duke and Houston. If they go over 70, Duke will win. If the game is decided by under 70 per team, Houston wins.
Now, I watched that Duke game against Bama, and I was very impressed with Duke. They are a very, very well-built team. They're going to be very tough to beat no matter which team comes out of the other side. Houston's also a decent team. So
by the way, a funny fact: the brother of the best player from Duke, Cooper Fleck, the freshman, comes out of high school this year, and he goes to Maine University. Guess who Duke plays week 1 next year? Maine. It's brother against brother.
Joshua coming in with a pun. Pearl Harboring. Yeah.
I don't like this
Josh,
word.
don't quit your day job.
Yeah, I don't think that
I think
Auburn
Florida.
wins.
I hope Florida can eke out a victory over Auburn. I do not know if they can beat Duke.
I have
That would be a tough ask.
Yeah, I had a bet with Vic about the 4 SEC games. Vic beat me by 1 game. He said Tennessee beats Kentucky, and I said Kentucky beats Tennessee. But what do I know? I can't pick a game right for saving my life. I was better in 3 games. I was closer to the end result, but Vic won Kentucky against Tennessee straight one. So I had to send him $5. I hope the money is there. I sent it on Monday. I hope he got his money.
No matter what happens to Florida,
it's a good season.
I mean, if Florida goes in on Saturday and wins and then loses on Monday to Duke, it's still a great season.
Yeah.
If Florida loses on Saturday, it's still a great season.
Yeah,
for Florida.
Florida has a bigger problem in hoops, and you know what? They can bring everybody back, but if the ADs and presidents of the universities put down this 22 million or 20 million NIL hammer, Florida is done in hoops. Because they need the money for football. You know that. Florida has to spend to have this team for next season around $10 to $12 million alone on this basketball team, on the starting 12. They need $10 to $12 million to have all these guys back.
Well, some of them are graduating, so they're gone.
I had a listen to Southeastern 16, and they are exceptional good in hoops. There are 3 experts, and they talk all day about this. And they said all the main guys are coming back, and if they want to have them back, they need at least $10 to $12 million.
Well, Clayton graduates. I mean, they just had senior day for him, and you know.
Yeah, that's one player. But Florida.
Well, you know, I mean, I'm not the biggest follower of basketball to begin with. I mean, I'm following the surface.
Yeah,
you know, I'm following it tangentially because you know, I mean, I like to see my alma mater's teams do well.
Yeah.
And hell, I think Florida's women's basketball and the women's version of the NIT. I believe that Florida women's basketball is actually also in the Final Four of the. I think they call it the WBIT or something like that.
But
you know, but I mean, basketball isn't really my thing.
No.
But I'm glad to see them doing well. I mean, if they win out and become the national champions, you know, that's wonderful. I mean, fantastic for my school.
Yeah.
If they win Saturday and lose Monday, it's still fantastic. They'll be able to recruit really well and go into the portal really well and all that.
If they can hold this team together, they are ending up next year again in the Final Four. They are the deepest team in all of college basketball, what these guys said. And I trust their opinion because they do this for a living. And the problem is the money. If they have to split the money between hoops, baseball, and basketball.
Well, the baseball team isn't doing very well right now, so I don't think the baseball
like Mississippi State, we stink it up. We are really bad.
I don't think the Florida baseball team is going to be a big competitor for the athletic department's NIL budget. But Florida has always a football school first. So
Yeah,
Florida
but
football is going to
yeah,
eat
but
up a lot of them.
yeah, but you shouldn't give the money to Legway because he's not worth it. I can tell you that he can't throw. He has 2 injuries, and Florida ain't winning 8 games this year. I can promise you that. 7-5 is the best record I see for Florida. Your starting quarterback is injured since last year. And he didn't throw a ball since last year. And he was terrible, absolute horrible in
He
throwing the
was a
football.
freshman. He's supposed to be terrible.
Yeah, but
well, he had no choice. I mean, we lost Mertz to injury, so he had no choice but to play.
Yeah, but if you can't practice, you can't get better. That's what I mean. I don't say that Legway can't get better. I hope he gets better, and I hope Florida beats Alabama and LSU and Georgia and lose to Mississippi State. What not will happen. But if Legway can practice, they shouldn't start him because he will not.
Who are they going to start instead? I mean,
Yeah, the portal is open. I mean, what? It's no problem. There's a second portal.
I mean, football is a long way away.
It's not that far. We have April, May, June, July, August, 4 months.
That's a long way. Things can change.
Yeah.
I don't think also I don't think Florida is going to be very good this year anyway. So
yeah, I say 7-5, and Billy Napier is out of a job end of the year.
Oh, I certainly hope so.
Because 7-5 will not do the trick in Gainesville over time. I mean, they fired Mullen after 33 wins in 3 years, and he had 1 bad year. What was stupid as hell. And now they celebrate 8-win seasons, as a victory. These people are crazy. So, did you look up the site with the watches I showed you?
Yeah, I did. They are really nice watches. Wait a minute. I got to let Vic in. Hang on. I wasn't paying attention. He snuck in behind me there. How you doing, Vic?
Good morning.
Yeah.
No, I looked up that site, Sven. They're nice watches, to be sure. But right now, I'm trying to shrink my collection. I counted up my collection recently because I had to move a lot of stuff around.
Yeah.
Because I lost one of my winders, so I had to move stuff around. I'm at about 170 watches.
Yeah.
I got too many. I'm not in a buying mode right now. I'm selling.
I didn't show you the site that you buy watches from them. I thought you were interested to see a new watch company.
No, I am always interested in seeing a new watch company. You know what? If I would have, and I've got the site bookmarked, and I will probably come back down the line and maybe grab one from them. I saw 1 or 2 that I really liked, and I would probably grab one of them. But right now, I've got to thin this herd out a little bit and consolidate my collection a bit because I could literally go almost 6 months and not. If I wore one watch a day for 6 months, I would not repeat myself.
Yeah, I still own 2 watches: my Seiko and my kitchen watch.
You're right, Joshua. Too many watches.
Yeah,
it's a sickness.
Nick, congratulations! You won your bet. Did you get your money?
I won what bet? What bet?
fucking Tennessee beat Kentucky. We made a $5 bet, and I sent you
We
the
had a
money.
bet.
Did you
Oh.
check PayPal?
Okay, so which one? So I had Tennessee beating Kentucky, but
We
you
had
Kentucky
a 4
winning.
parlay bet, and we said, okay, first rule is straight up winning, and the second rule is who is closest to the results. And you beat me straight up, 3-1.
PayPal
for free. You had 4 right, and I had 3 right.
I'm looking.
He's checking.
Look it up.
He's checking.
Yeah, so sometimes you
Yeah, no, I have not gotten a PayPal. No.
No, then I have to check it later on.
Activity. No, I mean, oh yeah, wait. I see it now. Yeah, there it is.
Okay, on Monday it should be there on Monday or something like that. I send it Sunday or Monday. I forgot.
What?
Is it there?
He said it's there.
Yeah, let him check.
Yeah, I know.
If it's not there, Vic, you tell me Friday and we figure it out. Okay?
No, it's there.
Okay. But I don't want to own your money.
No, Sven always pays his bets.
I do.
Yeah.
Now, Uncle Lou is the guy that has problems with people paying their bets.
No, I write it down here. I have a little book here and on my computer, and I write it down. And
you know what I did the other day? I had to go. I forgot which day it was. It was last week. I think it was Friday. I had to go to Tampa. I got in my car and I had to go up to the Hard Rock, Seminole Hard Rock in Tampa. And it was only the second time I had ever been there. And the first time I was there was like 20 odd years ago because I was still married. And it was like right after they opened. And the campus was very small and it wasn't even complete back then. Yeah. But I had to go to Hard Rock for a specific reason, which I don't wish to get into. Yeah. But in order to get to the place I had to get to, I had to walk through the casino.
That you don't what?
I don't want. It's the reason I went there is not important. Yeah. But I had to walk.
Well, the reason why you went to Tallahassee is not important.
Tampa, not Tallahassee.
Or you mean why you went to Tampa? Okay.
Yeah. The Seminole Hard Rock is in Tampa,
so
not Tallahassee. Anyway, I walked through the casino because I had to. And I got to tell you, I hadn't been in a casino of any kind in a long time. It's the people there are really sad looking people. I mean, there's not a lot of joy in that casino. Everyone looks so serious. They look so unhappy. They look so I mean, it was gambling to them evidently is not an enjoyable activity. It's either a compulsion or an obsession or a sickness or something. But there wasn't a lot of joy. I mean, I even saw a couple of people win some, on the machines where where you push buttons or whatever, and things whirl and make noise, and I don't know what the hell it's called, video poker or video slots or whatever the hell they're called. I saw a couple of people win. The lights went off and a little red thing, a little red siren thing, kind of flashed at it. They didn't look happy. They just kept pulling the damn lever and punching the damn buttons, and they looked miserable. And all the noise in there, it's like you can't concentrate, you can't focus on anything. It's like the only thing I could think to do is just increase my pace and get out of that fucking casino and get to where I was going.
Saleen,
And
I'm nearly 58 years old. I never ever in my life was in a casino. Never ever.
and you're not
Never.
missing much, in
No.
my opinion.
No. I'm not a gambler. I do my bets with my buddies, $5, $10. It's all fine.
Exactly, Joshua.
So,
They all look
and-
depressed.
And that's enough for me.
Yeah,
Because
I mean, I couldn't. I mean, I saw the blackjack tables. The dealers looked miserable. The players looked miserable. I saw
Yes.
I passed by 2 or 3 roulette tables.
it's not a
You know,
funny place.
the spinner looked miserable. The players looked miserable. Everybody looked miserable. Nobody there looked, and they were all, I don't know. I was there during the day, so I would expect in the evening probably things look a little better. The people look a little better. But all the people that were there were, you know, they looked old, they looked beat up, they looked, you know, corpulous, and, you know, there are no pretty people there, that's for damn sure.
Yeah,
At
professional
least not during the
gamblers,
day. It just looked
corpulous.
addicts,
fat. Like they look
Yeah,
fat.
addicts.
Yeah, they it's just I don't know. I know we got a couple of people here who like going there and playing the games and stuff, and it's like, okay,
Yeah, but look, when Lou or Pete, they go once a month or something, but these addicts go every day.
yeah. And it was really hard to find
And
a
there's a
parking
real
space.
difference between
Like
this.
11 in the. It was 11 in the morning,
And-
11:30 in the morning when I got there, and the parking lots were jam packed. It's like, my God, people have no fucking lives. Come
So
on.
and if I can tell you, if Pete rolls into a casino, you will have fun. Or if HP Billy rolls into casino, you will have fun. I can guarantee you that. And I know.
Well, I suspect if I went into a casino
don't know
with
these
Lou
people
or Pete
personally,
or HBP, I would have fun. But I mean,
they will
I
have a
was
good
just
time.
there
I
for-
can tell you that.
yeah, I was just there for a completely different purpose. But
Yeah.
in order to get to the part of the campus where I was going, I had to walk through the casino. I mean, that's just the way the place was arranged. It looked depressing to me. It really,
Yeah.
I don't know. I suppose if I went with Lou and Pete and HBP, it would
All right,
probably.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably going on a Saturday would probably be a better bet. Yeah, MJ is a gambling degenerate. That's what I hear. 6'2", how you doing, man? Good to see you. Everyone seems to be doing pretty good.
Yeah, we are old and
But
still alive.
you know, I went to Hard Rock in Tampa. I did what I had to do, got what I had to get accomplished, and
get
just
your
walked
ass
back
out
through
of
the
there.
casino as fast as I could and got back in
Yeah.
my car and went home.
Yeah, get your ass out of there.
Yeah. I had no desire to stop and throw $20 into a get a card for $20 or something.
There is a difference between Germany and the US. We in Germany, we have not these big casinos. I mean, in Berlin we have some. Yeah, it's a world town. It's a big city. But in the smaller towns, you have these neighborhood playing halls where you can bet maximum $2 per game or something like that, or 30 cents or so. And these halls are full every day. There are so many addicts are gambling all their money on this stuff. This is unbelievable. But these places are maybe 200 square feet or 300 square feet, have 50 of these machines hanging there, and that's it. But you have them on every corner, these places, and they're all making money. Oh, look who shows up. The Miami man. Come in here.
Yeah, is Slim here?
Yeah,
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 Slim is here. How about that?
yeah.
Look at that. Ahoy, matey.
Yeah.
I'll drop the link for him.
Yeah.
Haven't seen Slim in a few weeks. Hope he's doing okay.
Yeah, I asked Vic if he got his payment because I had this 4 weeks ago. I let one letter out. Sometimes it happens.
That's why he said he got it. So there you go.
Yeah. And if not, I see it. But I have my handy not here. I have it in the other room. And by the way, I hate these handies and iPhones. It's not good.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, I mean, I had a story maybe 3 years ago. I came home from a baseball game, what I coached, and I came back home, was tired as hell, and went to shower and want to eat something, and the phone rang, and there was a message, like an SMS. You know what an SMS is? A short message.
Yeah.
We call it SMS in Germany. And one of these guys.
We call it message here.
Yeah, and one of the dads of the kids I trained, he was at the game. He saw me. I spoke to him. He sent me a message. How are you doing? How stupid is this? I mean, I saw him 1 hour ago, and he wrote me at 8 in the evening a message. How are you doing?
Well, maybe he's a lonely man.
He has a wife and 3 kids. He should not. He should not be
Well,
lonely.
if he's got a wife and 3 kids, he's definitely a lonely man.
No.
He's got nobody to talk to.
Oh, he can talk to his wife. His wife is a good girl.
Have you ever been married?
I was married for over 30 years until my wife passed away. She had leukemia. But
I'm sorry about that. I did
not
know
no,
that.
it's no problem. The trick was I made the big decisions, like which insurance company. This was my point, and I gave my wife all the money, and she was the money minister at home. And I got to her and I said, give me $50. And she said, for what? I gave you last week $50. And we never had trouble. No. I was a happy fellow. And I raised 3 kids. It's okay.
Well, at least you had it worked out.
Yeah. Vic, Auburn or Florida? What do you think?
Auburn or Florida.
Asking a Georgia fan that is like asking him, which would you prefer, botulism or amoeba dysentery?
Yeah, no, probably Auburn, I guess.
Yeah. I thought you
Now,
said Georgia Tech.
I think Florida's going to beat Auburn, but they're not going to beat Duke.
Well, y'all better. I mean, whoever wins this game has to beat Duke. I mean,
or Houston.
You would hope, but you know,
or Houston. I have Houston.
To beat Duke. The SEC. The SEC has to win. Has to win the Natty. I mean,
why?
it would just be a massive failure and an embarrassment.
Why?
If we don't, because we had 7 teams in the Sweet 16, we had 4 teams in the Elite 8, and you're telling me that that not one of them could win the championship. Yeah,
I
that
mean,
that would be bad.
You've got to admit that Duke is a pretty good team.
I mean,
would be bad.
Houston is on the same level
that
as
would be
Florida.
bad. Yeah, that would be bad.
Duke too.
We can't let fucking Duke win another title. I mean,
No, I agree. I
They've
agree
had-
completely. But asking Florida or Auburn to beat Duke, that's going to be a tough game. Now, Joshua here thinks that it's going to be Auburn versus Duke. It may very well be. Florida's only favored by 2.5. So,
or maybe Houston will beat Duke, and it won't even be an issue.
I
knows?
have
Maybe.
Houston beating Duke. And I tell you why. Houston plays the best defense. Good morning, Miami man.
Hey, Vic, since you're a Falcons and a Braves fan, you should be used to disappointment because
Yeah, I
you have
know.
more coming.
Yeah, I know.
Slim coming in hot,
I know.
firing that flamethrower.
Yeah.
Well,
I like that.
that's not really even coming in hot. I mean, honestly, Duke has looked far and away like the best team in the tournament.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I would make the
Florida,
analogy of Ohio State in the playoffs.
Well, Florida hasn't looked bad. Neither is Auburn, for that matter.
I mean, Florida had one close game. What was it? 2 games ago? They had one close game. It was 4 or 5 points. But anyway.
No, 2 points actually.
Or 2 points.
Who was that against? That was against UConn.
Yeah, the Huskies.
Yeah, the game where the coach cried about it for a week.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, having a 2-point game against UConn in basketball is like having a 2-point game against Duke in basketball. Like, you'll take any way you can get against.
Yeah, I mean, you cried about the refs. Well,
that was embarrassing. I mean, admittedly, I mean, you know, I've never been a fan of refs, and I've usually, you know, thought that if you want to complain about refs, you go, girl. You put yourself out there.
Bitching
but
about
I mean, the way he went about it was just fucking embarrassing.
It was.
I mean, you lost the game. You know, maybe the refs got a call or two wrong. Maybe they didn't. But you know what? In the end, you couldn't stop Clayton. You couldn't stop the team.
Well, I watched the game
and won the game. Take the L.
I watched the game. I watched the game, and the officiating seemed fine. I mean, it seemed to be pretty even on both sides, but not really.
I mean, you're an SEC homer, though, Vic.
So what do I know? But yeah,
Vic, you're an SEC homer, so of course you're going to say that.
Well, I watched the game too, and I mean, I saw a couple of calls that were a little iffy.
I tell you what,
that same ref. I mean, the same ref thing. I mean, there was one. I think it was the UConn game before the Florida game where they were playing. I forgot who they were playing, and that guy Queen. You know, at the end, he got buzzer beater at the end. I mean, that man if he took 4 steps, he took 4 steps. I mean, that was an obvious travel. I mean, even a basketball neophyte like me could see. He traveled, you know, and he hit that game winner at the buzzer, and that team won the game. I mean, the ref that ref was standing right there, and he just blew the call, you know.
I mean, UConn fans ain't got nothing to be mad about because shit, they just won back-to-back natties. So
yeah.
Okay, you didn't win 3 in a row.
Our game against Baylor, you didn't see the refs, you didn't hear the refs. It was an absolute fantastic game. We lost the game fair and square because Mississippi State couldn't rebound. Baylor won by 5, but there was no complaining about the refs. It was an absolute,
and that's what I like.
and
quiet
it was
officials.
it was a crew
Exactly.
from West Virginia.
Right.
It was West Virginia, Colorado, and someplace in the mountains. I forgot the third referee, but it was absolutely fantastic. You didn't see the refs, and Mississippi State plays hard, Baylor plays hard, and they said, "Okay, guys, you want to play hard? Play hard."
Well, I guess Baylor just played a little bit harder, but yeah.
They
Refs are
rebounded
like
better.
children. They should be seen and not heard.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Damn it.
It was fantastic. It was a good game. We lost. It's okay.
I don't know why you're saying the SEC has to win it either, Vic. Like, ACC's always been the more dominant basketball conference.
I was just saying that it would be that it would be.
I mean, I heard
it would be
you,
embarrassing not to. Yeah.
It really wouldn't, though, because the ACC's always been the more dominant basketball conference.
All right. Well, it would be better for me if an SEC team
Why?
wins. But,
I mean, Georgia is not there. Georgia hates the Gators, and Georgia.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Like, there is nothing.
Like Auburn.
Yeah, it was Colorado. Thank you, Joshua.
There is no scenario in this world that I'm going to cheer for Clemson or Florida State or Duke in any fucking thing.
I'm
just not.
I agree. The only SEC team,
especially
the only
Florida
two
State.
SEC teams I like outside of Mississippi State is LSU baseball and Arkansas baseball. That's the only two teams. Because they have absolute amazing fan bases, and I know a lot of them, and I like them. So, but I can care less if Auburn wins or Florida wins or Duke wins or Houston wins.
Now, I had Duke and Florida in the final in my bracket.
Yeah,
I have Houston.
Yes, so do I.
I have Houston and Auburn. And I have Houston winning it all.
I don't think so. I think, to me, Houston is Tennessee in different colored jerseys. They're the exact same team.
Well, I mean, they didn't look like the exact same team when they played each other.
Let me see my.
No, they did. They just look like a better version of Tennessee. Like their style of play is eerily almost identical.
Well,
but with that being said, I think Houston's defense is good, but you're not going to stop Duke's offense, and I don't think they have enough offense to keep up with Duke.
So,
just my 2 cents.
Well, Joshua disagrees with you. He says Houston has offense.
Surprise.
Do have any offense production beat Duke? Okay.
I did not say Houston didn't have offense, but I do not think it compares to Duke's.
No.
So we're all in agreement. I think that Duke is going to make the championship game.
Well, except for Sven. Leave it to the German to be the odd man out.
As I said, I can't pick a game right for saving my life. I lost to Vic, and Vic is the baddest picker in games.
I told you Tennessee was gonna beat Kentucky, but
yeah. And I lost, and I had to.
I trolled Tennessee fans saying Kentucky was going to win, but it seemed a hard stretch for Kentucky to beat them a third time.
Yeah. But at SEC, what is this? That SEC podcast. There are 170 people in the bracket, and I'm on place 14. That's not bad.
Hey,
could be worse.
Pretty good, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
not
pretty
bad.
good.
Pretty good.
But can
And
Florida
I
beat
have
Auburn?
I have all 4 final teams right.
That's pretty good.
I mean, Florida did beat Auburn in the regular season,
Yeah.
Let's look at
and
my.
Florida, except for the UConn game, Florida's
Yeah.
been beating everyone pretty
Just
handily.
we'll check the Callaways first. Out of or the Robin Kale. Out of 48, I am in 29th place with 810 points.
Oh, that's not much. I have 930.
No, let's check the Lutu bracket, which has 46 members, and I am in 29th place.
Yeah,
You're in 29th place in both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Two teams destroyed absolute my bracket. I couldn't believe this. Memphis was the one they beat. Who was it? Memphis lost to Colorado State. And the second
Memphis
one
just has
was,
not been the same since Calipari left.
yeah, and the second one was Missouri got absolutely beat down by Drake. They got murdered by Drake.
Now I did not have Clemson losing to McNeese State.
I couldn't believe that Missouri got skull drugged as bad as they did.
Yeah, Missouri got lost by 10
thought
to
they would
Drake.
do a little better than that.
Yeah. I mean, Tennessee was absolutely hopeless against Houston. This was hopeless from the start, from the get-go.
Oh yeah, I was watching that meltdown live on Twitter as it was going on. That was hilarious.
I mean, they scored 50 points. 50 points. So, what else is new in the world?
Val Kilmer died.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That's right. That's
What?
right.
He was only 65. He died of pneumonia.
Val Kilmer, the guy who played Batman and some other people.
Oh, an actor. I mean, my wife died on leukemia, and nobody cared in Germany or in the US. Why they are caring about an actor?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really, but I mean.
Well, we know you don't care, babe.
Some people
Well,
care
I mean,
more
I'm
about
not really that familiar with Val Kilmer's work, so I mean.
Oh,
well, he played Batman. He played Iceman in Top Gun and Top Gun 2.
He was most known for Doc Holliday in Tombstone.
Oh, I thought I love that version of Tombstone. I mean, that had an all-star of an all-star cast. I watched that movie. It's one of my favorites. I really enjoyed that.
Except for the Doc Holliday part, I'll give you a hot take. Wyatt Earp with Kevin Costner was better.
I saw that
in my
version
opinion.
too. Didn't Dennis Quaid play Doc Holliday in that one?
Yes, sir, he did.
Yeah, that one. I enjoyed that one too.
I liked Kevin Costner. I liked Kevin Costner's rendition of it better than of Wyatt Earp, better than Kurt Russell's.
I'll have to rewatch that one again. You made it so I want to watch that version again. I've seen clips of it recently. I should rewatch that, but I really enjoyed the Tombstone version. I mean, Sam Elliott and and what is that actor's name? The one who played the little brother. What was his name? Bill Paxton.
Yeah, was that Bill or Bill Pullman?
I thought it was Paxton.
It might have been.
No, it's Bill. It's Bill Pullman.
And Kurt Russell and Val Kilmer, and even had a brief appearance of Billy Bob Thornton in there.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I really enjoyed that version of Tombstone.
I love the movie. Don't get me wrong. But I liked Kevin Costner and Wire a little more than did Kurt Russell.
I got to rewatch that.
Yeah. Now, obviously, there's no beating. Now, I think Quaid did a decent job with Doc Holliday in Wider, but it was not Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer, I always thought Val Kilmer was an underrated actor through his entire career. I enjoyed a lot of his work. Remember when he played in that movie? What was the movie called? Willow. Wasn't that him in Willow?
Yeah, he was in Willow. Willow's where he met his wife, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. He did. He did. And you know, he did a lot of 80s movies. You know, teenage 80s movies. Yeah, he did. He did a lot of. He worked a lot. He did a lot of good work.
He got a bad reputation because he's kind of a prick.
Yeah, but you know, who isn't a prick every once in a while?
Shit, I know I am most of the time.
Well, yeah.
Guys, I have another subject.
All right.
Lou made a video about Deion Sanders and his $55 million contract.
Mm-hmm.
And he
said,
except
I don't care about Deion Sanders. He's just another Florida State prick.
Yeah, I know.
But okay, talk about it.
Yeah, but I tell you what. I disagree with Lou. I say Deion is worth every penny of this $55 million five-year deal, or $50 million, because
what?
I tell you why. I tell you why. There are reasons for it.
You better make it good, because I don't think Deion Sanders is worth 55 cents.
I tell you why. I give you some reasons. First of all,
make your case, man.
The increase since Deion joined Colorado, the University of Colorado, the increase of students are up by 13%. Yeah, good.
Right, you means the number of applications or the number of students.
Students. They have more students now. They have more students now. 13.7% more students.
Yeah.
So the second reason is Colorado was a one-win team. Yeah. I mean, he brought his guys, like the dude from Indiana. What is his name? The coach of Indiana? Anyway, he brought
Bobby Knight.
Bobby Knight was the hoops coach, and he's a Hall of Famer. But Vic doesn't know anything about Bobby Knight. I guess he's too young for this.
Yeah.
Bobby Knight is like Skip Bertman for LSU, or
Bobby Knight is the greatest post-game press conference ever.
Yeah, or Nick Saban in football. This is Bobby Knight. Bobby Knight is an absolute legend.
Okay.
And he won big time at Indiana. Anyway, Deion.
Oh yeah, was that the guy who threw the chair?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like Mike Leach on steroids. But Deion took a team from 1-11 to nearly the playoffs in 2 years.
Okay, but he's also like, it's a very real possibility that they win one game this year.
What? It is.
There are more reasons. So that's
Yeah.
the second reason. The third reason is
Mhm.
the city of Boulder, and this is briefed, this is proven, made out of ticket sales, restaurants, hotels, etc. In the last 2 seasons, $109 million more as the 2 seasons before. In 2 years, it's not 1 year; it's 2 years. 100
Right.
is let's say 55 million.
Well, you just killed your own argument because you just killed your own argument because they're literally okay, but that doesn't mean he deserves half of it.
They're making more money.
I tell you what.
Yeah, they're also making a lot more money off of sales of merchandise.
Yeah,
merchandise sales going up. Ticket sales going up. People buying.
Hamburgers.
More people buying season tickets. Yeah.
So if you all combine this, I mean, Billy Napier. Don't take Billy Napier. Take Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly at LSU makes $11 million a year. So he didn't win a single game more as Deion Sanders.
Yeah, he actually won a game less than Deion Sanders. So
he was 9-3.
Well, no, he was and the Napier was 7-5. So, their final record. The final record. Colorado won 9 games. Florida won 8. So Billy Napier
I don't mean Napier.
One less game.
Sorry, I mean Brian Kelly.
Okay.
And Napier makes $8 million or $9 million a year. It's the same. I mean, at a place like LSU or Florida, you expect national championships, or at least you compete for it. You can't win it every year, but every 10 years at LSU, they expect to win it one. What they should. They are
well, wait a minute. But in the last 30 years, both of them only have one more national title than Colorado.
LSU won under Les Myers?
Or excuse me, 2 more. They have 2 more in the last 30 odd years than Colorado. So
Colorado hasn't won a national championship in 35 years. So.
Yeah, since the 80s.
No, they won it. They won it in 90.
They won it in 1990, but that was also the season where they got a 5th down in one of their games that they otherwise would have lost.
And college football history is riddled with stuff like that, like the man running on the field.
Exactly.
And if you all combine,
so I mean, Georgia Tech is the real 1990 champion, but anyway.
Yeah, and if you all combine this together, I mean, he has an increase of 8 wins in 2 seasons. He pushes the numbers on the university. He pushes the numbers on.
Okay, Sven, but the only problem with your argument still remains. There is a high likelihood that he could win 1 game this year. That team is bad.
We will see.
Which team we're talking about again?
Colorado.
Yeah,
he lost the only 2 players on that team worth of shit.
Exactly. We'll have to see how it goes this year. This year will tell us what we need to know. Because let's see what he's gonna do.
I mean, if he is back to under,
kids aren't there.
If he's back to a losing record this year, then no, absolutely not. It's not worth the money.
Of course, you're right. But from what I saw, he has a 5-star quarterback.
He has a true freshman.
Yeah, true freshman, 5-star, but still a freshman. Yeah.
Yeah, and if he's good, he's good.
I mean, name me the true freshman that carried their team to the playoffs or even sniffing a natty other than Trevor Lawrence in the past 30 years.
Yeah,
You can't.
Well, when was Trevor Lawrence at Colorado?
No, I didn't. We didn't say at Colorado. I said name the quarterback outside of Trevor Lawrence that, as a true freshman, helped their team even sniff a national title, much less a playoff berth.
Yeah, I mean,
Deshaun Watson.
Colorado.
Deshaun Watson didn't do it as he wasn't a freshman.
Yeah.
I mean, Colorado will not win a national championships, nor will they go to the playoffs. But I mean,
but that's exactly the point. If they don't, then it's a disappointment. And odds are they're going to regress because the team is worse.
Right. Well, I mean, overall, Jake Fromm got Georgia to the national championship.
Yes, but Jake Fromm had a elite roster around him.
Exactly.
Jake Fromm had 78 5-stars and 174 4-stars, and he was the only bust on that team.
Exactly. More to prove Slim's point. Yeah.
I mean, take the 2 running backs he had. Yep. I don't see a single running back this season who's better as two guys.
No. Yeah, they're not running back better.
Chubb
right now in 2025 than Chubb and Michelle. You're right.
I mean, I don't.
Well, I mean, you might to Sven's point that Colorado might do this. I mean, we don't know. You might have that guy out there.
Yeah, I mean, the odds are not good, but what my point is simply, he increased the winning total. He increased the number of students on the university with his presence. He increased the number of making cash for the city of Boulder with his presence. I mean, if you send Billy Napier or Jeff Lebby or Sam Pittman to Boulder, Colorado, and they win 9 games, nobody gives a fuck.
That's not
true. That's not true.
Effect.
Hang on, that's not true. Anybody goes to Boulder and wins 9 games, everybody's going to be talking about them because Colorado's been in the shitter for 30 years.
Yeah, but people started talking about Colorado as soon as Deion.
Well, of course, but that's not what he said, Vic. But Vic, that's not what he said. He said if Billy Napier were to go to Colorado and win 9 games, nobody would give a shit. And that's not true. Colorado has been in a shithole for 30 years. Yeah. So if anybody goes there and wins 9 games, everybody's going to be talking about
it. Let me say the other way. You remember last year, not the last season, the season before, week 2 or week 3, Colorado got game day against Colorado State.
Yeah, they did.
Do you believe if Colorado under Billy Napier or Sam Pittman or Jeff Lebby or Mario Cristobal is 2-0, gets a game day against Colorado State?
Well, no. I mean, everybody knows that's because of who Deion is. I mean, that goes without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah,
but hang on. But you guess what? You don't get more money for school admissions going up. You get more money for winning more games. And one season of that does not equate a raise. I mean, if we gave coaches raises like that after every winning season they had, no coach would ever get fired.
I mean, most teams do this nowadays.
Depends on the winning season.
Yeah. I mean, Billy Napier won 8 games.
Yeah, but we didn't give him a raise.
He got a raise.
exactly. No, he didn't.
Florida did not give Sunbelt Billy a raise for winning 8 games.
Billy's still on the verge of being fired.
They didn't
Still.
fire him for winning 8 games. That was his reward. He gets to keep his job for another year.
Yeah, that's
Much
it.
to my consternation.
He has to keep his job
But
for at least
I
another year.
guarantee you,
So he has to go
if Napier doesn't have a
8-4
winning
this
season
year.
again this year,
He will
he's
not
out.
win 8 games. Florida
Yeah, I
ain't gonna-
mean that's what he has to do to not
I mean,
get
I
fired.
said Florida wasn't going to win 8 games this past year, and they did.
Yeah,
Well,
Florida.
They won
there's
eight
I
wins
saw a
with
post
a
on
bowl
Facebook
win
earlier that
against
said DJ was
Tulane.
going into the transfer portal.
He will not win. Florida ain't gonna win 8 games this year.
You said what, Saleen?
I saw a post on Facebook that DJ was entering the transfer portal today.
No, that was
Yeah,
was the
April Fool.
when did you see that?
DJ
I saw
Lagway?
Yesterday?
Yeah, I saw it this morning.
Yes,
I thought it was.
well,
a joke,
I mean,
like,
if it was posted yesterday, then then that means it was an April Fool's joke.
yeah, I know
Yeah,
that, but it was posted this morning.
I'm about to say, I saw one yesterday that said Carson Beck was transferring back to Georgia.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I saw a post that said Carson Beck was transferring to Georgia Tech.
Yeah, it would be
Well,
better
I
if it is
figured
Georgia.
the
Yeah,
DJ
if
thing
he's
was
not
a
a
joke,
criminal.
so I'm ignoring it. But if Sven is right about DJ not being very good, and you know, I'm going to take the wait and see attitude on that. If Napier doesn't win 7 games in the regular season again, at least, if he just treads water in season 4, then he should be gone. But, you know, and I don't think the season as it lays out for Florida looks good for Florida to be a 500 team this year.
well, to be honest, we said that last year, and he won 8 games.
Yeah, but this year he's got some of those home games on the road.
7 regular season games.
Yeah, I mean, there's some of those road games that he won on. Some of those games that he won at home, particularly LSU and Mississippi. Those are not road games. So
yeah, and you have LSU on the road a week before Miami on the road.
Yeah, so I don't think. Pardon me. I don't think it looks good for this year.
Saleen, in the private chat is a link. You can read it. I looked it up.
Hang on.
No, I'll give you that. The schedule is not favorable for Florida this year.
I saw that article, Sven, about the shoulder injury. I saw that.
Yeah, he had a shoulder injury, and the lower leg injury from last year is not healed out.
So which
Yeah,
one?
so it doesn't look good for Florida this year to be a winning team.
That the shoulder injury is the worst of the two.
Yeah, and my point is, Lagway is a leader. He can lead the people. I give him that 100%. These boys running through walls for him, but he was not good throwing the football. So as a freshman, and he needs every snap he can get to get better at throwing the football. Because
but you can't take snaps and throw the football when your shoulder is fucked up.
Yeah,
so
that's what I mean.
You're talking in circles.
That's why he can't throw the ball.
He can't practice, and he can't get better.
Yeah, he won't be throwing the ball until.
And Florida needs a good quarterback, a throwing quarterback who can throw the ball.
They don't right now. They don't have one.
His shoulder doesn't work. He ain't throwing. So
now they don't have one. Yeah.
Some of my worries are alleviated because they were talking about Carson Beck may not be able to throw the ball till May or June, and he's not fully participating in practice, but he is already throwing the football around.
Yeah, do y'all still have Warner? Right, I think he was Lagway's backup last year. Is he still on the team, or did he leave?
I don't know. Probably.
I mean, Shady, it's easy. Tell Beck, okay, you can't participate
Remember that he
in
came
practice
in.
until June. We
in
take
the
2
Georgia-
million of your NIL money away, and he will show up the next day. I guarantee you this.
I don't have a whole lot of worries about Carson Beck this year, to be perfectly honest. I think
Carson Beck was outside of this 4 weeks a really, really, really good quarterback at Georgia. I mean, these 4 weeks against Texas.
Well, it really, you had 3 games out of 2 seasons worth that he looked bad.
It was 4 games, but anyway.
Well, 4 games, whatever.
Yeah.
But even the bulk came in 3 games this past year, though.
Yeah.
Like 9 of his 12 interceptions were in 3 games.
Yeah.
Right.
And outside of this, he was a really, I say a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah, and I don't think it's a hot take to say that at least what he's had to work with so far, Miami has a better offensive line than Georgia. So he's going to be more protected.
And Miami should have better wide receivers.
Here it is. It was
before this offseason, I would say yes. Now, Kirby has definitely helped rectify that situation this offseason with the wide receiver problems at Georgia.
Yeah, of course, he had to do because.
But to your point, Miami has better than what Carson Beck has had to work with so far at his time at Georgia.
It's fact. Yeah, Aiden Warner is dog shit. So y'all better hope that Lagway is ready to go.
Mm.
Well,
that wasn't nice, dude.
He's got 5 months to play with, so
that wasn't nice at all, Vic. That was pretty mean.
I'll worry about it in July if he's not, if he's still injured in July, then I'll worry about it.
Yeah,
Vic is never nice when it comes to Florida.
Yeah, 21 out of 50 and 3 interceptions, 4.6 yards per attempt.
Yeah, it sounds like Jake Fromm.
Yeah, that's terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like Jake Fromm.
42% completion percentage. Yeah. 228 yards.
Yeah. I said, I'll worry about it in July and August.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's who y'all have as your backup. So.
But you know what? They don't have Emory Jones, so there's a plus.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Who is your quarterback, Vic? Is he good?
Yes, Gunnar Stockton.
Yeah, he's a freshman. He's a freshman.
Well, no, he's not a freshman.
Yeah,
he's not a freshman. He's a. Let's see. I think this is his 3rd year. So yes, he's
been around for a while.
He's been around, but to Sven's point, he's played what, 2 games?
Yeah. He's a 30-year-old sophomore.
Well, okay, Vic, but he has the experience level of a freshman.
Yeah. Well,
but he does know
not
the
exactly. But
he's played 2 games, Vic.
Yeah, I know. So, and a freshman has played in no games. So.
Okay.
Well, he has almost no experience in game play, but he does know the system, so that's a plus.
So he's an inexperienced junior or what?
He knows the system exactly. Let's see. So last year, Gunnar Stockton stats: 45 out of 64. That's 70.3%. 6.9 per attempt, 440 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, a passer rating of 130.1.
Decent. I mean, he couldn't throw deep because he knew they dropped the passes. But I think Stockton is a good quarterback. He will just be fine.
Here's
well, let's assume that Georgia didn't recruit Gunnar Stockton because of his sterling personality. Let's let's assume that they recruited him
Well-
because he can throw the ball.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I
mean,
think everybody would assume that. I mean, the problem with Georgia is it doesn't really matter who the quarterback is if you don't get any improvement out of the wide receiver room.
You're right. You're right. You're right. Yeah.
And that's maybe the one advantage that Florida has this year. They do have pretty good wide receivers. It's just a matter of who's going to throw it to them. It's kind of the reverse of Georgia. Georgia has a pretty decent quarterback, but who's he going to throw to?
yeah.
Florida has, questions at quarterback, but at least whoever is going to play quarterback has people to throw to.
Well, actually, I'll give Kirby Smart this. I mean, he did really well in recruiting wide receivers, but he hit the transfer portal pretty well for wide receivers too.
Yeah, he had to.
Yeah.
I mean, they against Mississippi State, they dropped so many passes you couldn't believe it, and these
Yeah.
people are 4 and 5 stars. UGA was so bad.
Miami had that problem when Manny Diaz was the head coach, and
Oh man,
one of the players ended up snitching on himself accidentally. They caught him with a microphone in his face, and he pretty much said the wide receiver core wasn't putting any work on their own. I was like, well, no wonder y'all are playing like shit. That checks out.
Well, who said that?
Manny Diaz.
No, Manny Diaz was the head coach. It was one of the wide receivers at the time.
Oh, okay.
Snitched on himself and the whole wide receiver core in front of a camera.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not good.
No.
That's actually
Handy
kind of not good. at all.
Handy Manny.
Listen,
Well-
that's not Manny's fault. If the guys because the coaches are only allowed to be around the players 20 hours a week. If the players aren't putting in the work on their own time, you can't force them.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I remember saying at the time, because that was the year Smitty won the Heisman at Alabama. I said, you think he won the Heisman only putting in 20 hours a week? The coaches are allowed to be around him? I don't think so.
No.
Saban would kill him.
Well, and that was the difference. Saban was an old school, hard nosed coach. Manny was the type of coach
What is it?
like Manny wanted to be the cool parent.
Yeah, what they call players coach.
Well, you can be a player's coach and still be very effective.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end, you are the boss, you are the coach, and practice has to be hard. At least on this level.
I mean, maybe they thought practice was so hard that they didn't need anything outside of what the coaches had them do.
Yeah.
But they were wrong. But I don't have that problem anymore. Hell, I just had a wide receiver with back-to-back 1,000-yard years, and is probably going to go in the late first, early second round of the draft.
At Miami.
Yeah, Restrepo.
Restrepo. Is he
Yeah,
still
he'll go-
the team
he'll-
or goes he to NFL?
No, that's why I said he's fixing to either go in the late first round or early second round.
I heard that he had a bad 40 time at the combine.
It doesn't really matter. He can have a bad 40 time. He gets open.
4.83, yeah.
The underwear
got-
Olympics doesn't matter anymore, Vic.
It really doesn't, especially when you have back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. They don't care.
I mean,
Exactly.
we had I give you another example. We had a pitcher last year in baseball. The Juancho Cynthia. He throws with both hands, and he broke one of his hands. He broke his right hand, and he couldn't throw half the season only with the left hand.
And throw
And
the
he still
other
and he
hand.
still was a top 10 pick. And he didn't go to any MLB combines or anything like that. He said, "No, I don't throw the ball. I can throw with the left hand if you want, but not with the right hand. I wait until it's fully healed out, and I do what my doctor said, and not what you want." So
Well, and when he did that, it wasn't even at the combines, man. It was Miami's pro day.
yeah, I mean, it was
So that matters even less.
yeah, and Cynthia went. I think was it number 10 or 15 overall. He was a top 15 pick at the MLB. So and he said from the first things, I don't throw the ball. Forget it. I don't pitch with the right hand. And I mean,
I listen. I'm not worried about it. His body of work is going to get him drafted and well paid.
Look, if he is good, he's good.
He is.
And it's the same with Milrow. Milrow can run 4.3 at the combine. Nobody will draft this guy in the first round or second round. Nobody will touch it.
I don't know, man. Anthony Richardson got drafted in the first round, so anything's possible.
I mean,
Anthony Richardson is going to be as much of a bust in the pros as he was in college.
I mean, it was Indianapolis, and these people are always crazy. That's
my point though. Like, there's some dummy out there that'll look at his potential, and his potential is sky high. Don't get me wrong. Just his freak athletic ability. Somebody give him a shot. No, well, Richardson, but that applies for Milrow too.
I mean,
you can't unteach stupid.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: they may not make great quarterbacks, but I would want that level of athletic ability on my roster. I'll find somewhere for you.
Yeah, tight end. This is the perfect position for Milrow, tight end or running back. As running back, he's maybe a little too big, but tight end is perfect for him.
Yeah, he is like 6'4", 6'5", isn't he? That's a little big.
250 or something like that.
I've said for years they need to bring back the fullback position, especially with all the changes they've made that have neutered defenses.
Yeah.
The product is getting more and more unwatchable with all these rule changes. The new kickoff routine is really stupid.
That's their attempt to actually try and make kickoffs feasible again, though.
Put the ball on the 20-yard line after a score and let the other team go. If you neutered the kickoff rule completely, you might as well just put the ball on the 20 or the 25.
Well, no, when they changed the rules, Saleen, and you actually had more attempts at returns than you had in the previous 5 years combined.
I think it looks stupid.
I agree with you. It looks dumb as hell.
They changed rules nobody cares about. But the important things like NIL or portal, they find rules. They find agreements.
Well, when it comes to changing the rules of the game, all that comes from the NFL. NCAA doesn't do any of that. They just adopt whatever the NFL does.
Yeah, and the NCAA don't get in the way of a multi-billion-dollar college football industry.
I wish they can't adopting college overtime rules.
Well, they can't, man. That's what do you want the NCAA to do? It's still they're waiting on a court to decide what they are and aren't allowed to do. Their hands are tied.
NCAA is dead.
No, they legally cannot do shit. Until that whole court case in California is settled and they basically tell the NCAA what they are and aren't allowed to enforce, they can't enforce a fucking thing, hardly.
Yeah.
And now Jeremy Pruitt wants $100 million from them.
Yep.
This guy is
Give it to him. Give it.
That would be a fun court.
Hey, fuck it. Give it to him. I think he
would,
should absolutely get it.
I would send him straight to a mental institution.
Oh, we don't have any more. We closed all those.
As evidenced by the streets of most of the urban centers in this country. The derangement in this country is at an all-time high.
Derangement.
Oh, here's a headline. Just came across Daily Wire. Hang on, I'll pull it up.
Uh-oh.
Come on. Nope, not that one.
By the way, when are
it's
the
official. Trump
semifinals?
administration freezes Maine's federal funds over men and women's sports.
Okay.
So they made that official.
All right. Yeah, he did what he said he was gonna do. So.
Yeah, good.
Yep.
And my commie pinko lunatic, bitch of a sister lives in Maine.
Mm-hmm.
I hope she suffers and freezes to death.
Mm-hmm.
When are the semifinal games? When plays Florida and Houston? When is this?
Saturday.
Oh, Saturday.
6 o'clock for the Florida game, and about 8:30 or so for the Duke game.
Nope. I watch baseball.
I may not be watching shit. It's finna get nasty here.
No. What am I doing Saturday? Something's going on Saturday. I may not be near a TV.
Yeah,
It's gonna be. It's gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna be. Hot. It's gonna be hot on Saturday.
Vic. While I'm thinking about this,
high of 86 on Saturday.
Vic, hold on a minute. Hold on, Vic. While I'm thinking about this, if you can do it, you're welcome to. On April 23rd and April 30th, I will not be able to stream.
April 23rd.
April 23rd, I'm going to be preparing for my for a trip, and on April 30th, I will be on the trip. So I can't stream both days. So if you want to stream those days, go ahead.
All right, guys. Are you going to Italy or?
Yeah, I'm going to Italy. Cannot wait. 3 weeks from tomorrow, I'm on a plane.
Is this a red rubber boat, Slim? Or is it a car?
Looks like a car.
That's a car.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of car because all I see is a hood.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
And he's muted, so I can't.
Yeah.
I'm looking at that fucking sky. It's gonna get nasty here.
Yep.
It looks pretty bad.
We have right now. Let me look it up.
Now Venice is going to be a little chilly so far. It looks like it's going to be in the 40s at night and the 60s during the day when I'm in Venice. So it's going to be a little chilly for this Floridian.
We have right now 52, and it goes down in the next 4 hours to 39.
Yep. Oh yeah, I'm going to get the real Italian food. That is for damn sure. But I mean, I cannot wait to get back to Venice. It was such a great trip.
Of course.
I'm gonna have a great time.
Well, they're saying I'm probably gonna get a fucking tornado tonight. So, yay for me.
Not good. Not good.
Sorry about that. Man.
Hope you stay safe.
Yeah.
Like
stay safe, Tim.
Hunker down.
Yeah, well, I've already gotten everything from outside that can blow around. I'm batting down the hatches about as much as I can.
Yeah.
No problem, Joshua. We know where all the tourist traps are.
He already knows. had to avoid. Yeah.
The last tornado I had in Berlin was 20 years ago when my mother-in-law got after me.
Well, we had a tornado here 2 years ago. I was staring down an F4 about a quarter mile from my house.
Oh, not
Oh, yeah, I
Makes it-
remember that.
we never
Yeah,
have
that's
any
scary.
storms or we have something. We have a hard rain or some small flooding, but really small.
Yeah, same here. We don't ever get tornadoes here, but yeah.
Well, they've redrawn the map for Tornado Alley, and I'm smack in it.
Yeah, it's not good.
I mean, yeah, we can get severe thunderstorms sometimes, but we never get a tornado. But
Well,
even though sometimes, even though we might,
get a lot of tornadoes
even
here,
though
but
we've
we're-
been had tornado warnings before, but nothing ever happens. So
We're hoping for a mild hurricane season this year. Certainly
Yeah.
milder than it was last year.
you're hoping, but don't you hope for a mild hurricane season every year?
Yeah, but this year it's supposed to actually be less intense than it was last year.
Oh, okay.
But
Oh,
you know what?
it's been-
All it takes is one.
It's been eerily warm and very windy today.
Yep.
Yeah, it's warm here, but not too windy.
Oh, we probably had good 20-mile-an-hour gusts going all day, and that's what's doing it, because the winds coming from the west or the east,
Coming from
and all
the
this
east.
and all the winds coming from the east, but the storms are pushing in from the west.
Oh, so you're in the
The
middle of a
storm
tunnel
is
now.
pulling. Yeah, the storm is pulling air toward itself. Yeah.
So you're smacking in a boundary between two atmospheric layers.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's never a good sign. No.
Oh, dude, there was one in Missouri, hit Missouri like 2-3 weeks ago. It was either right before or right after Slob Olympics. I don't remember. But I saw some pictures from it, and there was a buried tornado shelter that was pulled clean up out of the ground.
Hey, you were on the Slob cruise, right?
That is affirmative.
I didn't hear about how you enjoyed it or didn't. How was it for you?
I mean, it was fine for me. Like I said, they're a little crowded for me, but this one didn't seem so much. I don't know. I had a good time.
Was the food good?
Yeah.
Because I imagine that Slim could eat a little bit.
Yeah, food was good. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I cheated on my diet on that cruise, but it was a cruise. I wasn't too worried about it.
I go in 2 weeks to Switzerland.
Home of cuckoo clocks and chocolates.
Switzerland, yay.
Yeah,
I want to go to
wanna-
Switzerland. I want to go to Switzerland. I want to see some of the sites there.
Greece is on my bucket list to go to.
My number one place to go on the bucket list is Germany, Nuremberg, specifically. I want to drive the ring.
This is not in Nuremberg. The
it's outside of
Nürburgring
Nuremberg.
is
It's near Nuremberg.
No, it's not near Nuremberg. It's 250 miles away.
Yeah, but it's called the Nuremberg Ring. So
yeah, it's near the Rammstein Air Base.
right.
And the Eifel
Nordschleife.
is the Nürburgring.
Rammstein.
I
You mean
want
like
to drive- I want to
the
drive
band?
North-
Or,
Yeah, like the band.
That's a pretty good band.
Yep.
I like them.
I saw Rammstein first in 1995 in front of 50 people in the Kulturbrauerei in Berlin here. There was, I think it was a third or fourth concert ever, and my wife took me there. It was pretty damn crazy, but no pyro shows at all. But she knew one guy of them from a former band.
I saw a video a few days ago. I don't know what made me watch it, but I did for some reason. It was Marilyn Manson, backed by Rammstein, singing, doing his song "Beautiful People." And man, that was one weird looking stage. I mean, combine Rammstein and Marilyn Manson's bands together, and that was one weird looking event. It's probably on YouTube if you go look it up. I mean, there's one person that you do not want to do a close up on video, and that's Marilyn Manson. Wow.
Oh, he ain't that bad.
That man was beaten with the ugly stick. Wow. And disturbing looking too. He makes Pinhead from Hellraiser look normal.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
I would. Hey, Sven, not Sven, Slim. You in Memphis?
About 45 minutes away from it.
Would you do me a favor? Drive over to FedEx hub in Memphis. Find someone to pull my package out of U.S. Customs or beat them senseless for me.
Dude, I've had that problem with FedEx. Like, for whatever reason, I ordered something. I don't even remember what it was. But, it literally sat at their facility in Memphis for like a week.
Mine's been there for 11 days.
Why?
It's a stainless steel watch. It's under $1,000 value. Stainless steel construction. No jewels. No exotic materials. No animal hide straps. Nothing. And it's
not a fancy watch. A normal watch.
No, it's a regular watch.
Yeah.
And it is absolutely dead stuck. And I have sent them paperwork. I have sent them forms. I have begged. I have pleaded. I have called. I have cajoled. Nothing. It will not leave.
Cajoled? What does that mean?
Maybe you tried to yell at them.
Tried to guilt them. It tried to guilt them into letting it go. Tried to shame them into letting it go.
Okay.
I have literally begged them to let it go. Pleaded, yes, Joshua, pleaded. I have done I've called U.S. Customs. I've called the U.S. Customs liaison office in Memphis. Nobody will help me. So I want Slim, take yourself over there with one of your favorite pistols and go threaten somebody. I'll give you the tracking number. I cannot believe this. I mean, and I've lost Slim. He maybe he left. Maybe he went over there.
Uh-huh.
And it's all right. I gotta jump off in about 5 minutes anyway. But I don't know. And the shipper can't seem to do anything either. He's working on it from his end. And guess where the watch came from? Venice.
Germany.
No, Venice.
Venice. Okay.
Yeah.
Quick 2 hours today. Flew by.
Yeah, I thought so. It's annoying. I mean, just don't understand. Nobody wants to help. Nobody wants to do a damn thing. You know what? You know what I'm going to do? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to email Elon Musk. I'm going to get Doge involved.
Oh. And he brings your watch per Star Rocket to Sarasota or what?
Yeah, why not? I don't think we have any Starlink here in Sarasota. We haven't needed it.
What is it called? Starship or what is it? Rocket
Starlink.
Starlink.
Starlink. Yeah.
No, I disagree. I disagree, sir. He ain't down bad. The media makes it look like he is, but I don't believe that he is.
So what is he then?
Who?
He's doing what
Elon
he's
Musk?
been hired to do.
Elon Musk
He's
is not
doing
down bad.
what he's been hired to do.
All right, no, I think what it's talking about is about the Tesla stock falling, but
Yeah, but you know what? The man still has more money than anyone else in the world.
exactly.
Vic, the problem is Elon Musk's biggest company is not Tesla anymore. He has massive he has massive contracts with NASA.
Yep.
And that's what the money comes from, not from Tesla.
I think Musk should buy Cape Canaveral and just go take it private.
And the future of electric cars are not good because you need lithium, and lithium is bad. Lithium is
you know what
bad.
happens when you set a Tesla on fire?
I have no
heavy
clue.
environmental
It
damage.
burns.
Yeah, but the byproduct of burning those batteries is environmentally not good.
If you have if you have 1 minute time, you have to look it up on YouTube. They have videos there where they mine this lithium in Chile. It's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, electric cars are not environmentally sound at any level. Whether you're talking about the raw materials or disposing of the materials or the production of the materials or the making of the car.
And the hydrogen cars are the same. For hydrogen, you need iridium and platinum. And it's bad.
Just stick with the gasoline cars and stop playing idiot games on the margins. I mean, seriously, folks.
Yeah.
But I
seriously thought if they were going to make a switch, it would be hydrogen.
I thought it would be hydrogen too. It makes more sense. The most plentiful element in the universe is hydrogen.
You don't need you need to use hydrogen.
But for the hydrogen cars, you need iridium and platinum. So
you need iridium and platinum for gasoline cars too.
Yeah, platinum is not a problem, but iridium is the problem. It's a
what do you need iridium for?
You need it for the conductors. I don't know the English word. There was
spark plugs.
For hydrogen cars, you need iridium. For something. You have
for the igniter.
We do it this way. I look it up, write it down.
All right. Well, what's the German word for it?
Du brauchst für die Zündung.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know. Anyway, guys, I got to wrap it up because I got to head over to my mom's house and talk with a contractor that's there regarding the new pool cage.
So I wish you a nice week. And Saleen, as always, you kick me out.
Okay. Thank you, Sven. I appreciate you being here as always.
Yeah. And Vic, you got your money.
Yeah.
It's
all got his money.
Yeah, I have to make sure. It's only $5, but
I understand. But until next week, sir, auf Wiedersehen.
Yeah, Auf Wiedersehen.
Yeah. Well, if I'm still here, I'll try and come back next week. But fuck, goddamn tornado sirens already going off.
Oh yeah, I can hear some
down, so
thunder.
be safe,
Yeah.
would you please?
Well, I'm standing outside, keeping an eye on it.
All right. Well, don't do anything silly.
Well, I'm not going to. The fucking kids are
don't.
here with me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yes.
good.
So stay safe, Slim. Yeah.
Yeah,
Be
I'm
safe.
working on it.
Yeah. Wouldn't want you to get blown away. So.
No, that doesn't look good at all.
No, it does.
Not at all. Oh, yep, they got the wind too. Man. All right, I'm going to remove you guys. And Vic, thank you as always, sir.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no problem.
All right, have a good one. All right, and everyone in the chat box, appreciate you being here as always. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button on the way out. That does help with the YouTube algorithms and such things and such like. And is a nice little ego boost for me. I will see you all next week, April 9th, for episode 217 of Wednesday Afternoon Live with me, your boy, SaleenDriver. Try and do it all again, and once again prove to the world that we are the preeminent and predominant show on Wednesday afternoons about nothing in particular. Y'all have a good day.